Let's get started with the first section of our team dashboard, which is to allow user to interact with the dashboard. So we are going to create the user input as year and month. So let's go to the team dashboard, and then you can type in year 2018, month January. So this is what we're going to do as input. So I'm just going to let's see if we want to color them differently so that we know that these are inputs that the user is going to provide. And I'm just going to call them, let's do something like this. Okay, so now we have to make sure that these are the two input cells. So I'm going to do is to call this I_TD underscore year. So TD stands for team dashboard and YR is year. So we want to name it not too long, but not too short that we don't understand. So just, choose the naming conventions that make sense to you. I'm starting with I because it's an input cell. So you already know that I start L with L for lists, T for tables, and then I underscore for, input cells. So I would choose this one and I put in TD underscore MTH for month. So I've named these two cells now. One thing I want to do is to make sure that there is some validation for this month. I prefer to use the entire month name instead of the month number. Month number would make the formula a little bit easier, but I think this is one place where I feel that the user experience would be, better enough when we choose the month name instead of the number. So what I'm going to do is to build the data validation for the month drop-down list. So I'm going to go to the help sheet because Excel doesn't have like an automatic month list that we can pull from. So we're going to create it January, and I'm going to just go down all the way to December. And as I told you earlier, the help sheet is going to be hidden from the user. So the user is not going to be able to see it because I don't think the user needs to see this. So I'm going to name this as L_MTHS. This is the list of month names. I'm going to go back to the team dashboard, go to data, validation, list. And now here, press F3, and now you'll see L_MTHS. Press OK. Okay, there we go. So now if I try to type in Jan, it's not going to accept. If I try to type in 1, it's not going to accept. And we're going to just choose January. With the data validation, there's more option to give an input message to the user so that whenever somebody selects that cell, this message will come up and say, enter the month name in full text or something like that. You could provide a title and a detail message. Similarly, the error alert, because the default, it'll say it's invalid or whatever, but you can also customize that message and say, you have not entered the month in full text. Please enter that example January. So you could customize it so that it improves the user experience. In this case, I'm not going to do that because I think it's pretty straightforward because we are dealing with month names. But if you're dealing with scenarios where you need to provide some more guidance to the user who's going to use the template, make sure that you leverage the error alert message and the input message options that Excel provides.